Let's go!
Hey guys, it's Retrohead here, and welcome back to another video. Today I have a video where I'm going to Amiga's Emporium in Attleborough, which I haven't been to for quite a while, where I picked up 3 really nice games to go into the collection, and the final game I have never seen before. And when I did some research about it, it seems very rare. And at the end of this video, I also have a few random car boot finds to show you, that I forgot to show you in my big car boot video I did in the last video. And there are some pretty cool bits to show there as well. But just before we head to Amiga's Emporium, I just wanted to say thank you to all of the new subscribers who have subscribed to the channel lately. I really appreciate it. The channel's going really well. So to everyone who's recently subscribed, thank you very much. Without further ado, let's go to Amiga's Emporium. Here I am walking up to Amiga's Emporium, and they had some really nice games in there this time. As I said, I picked up 3 games today from Amiga's Emporium that I'm really pleased to add to the collection. As I said, one of which I never even knew existed. Now, I didn't actually buy any GameCube games today, but there were some really good titles there. Now that is a really good original Xbox game. Outrun 2 is probably my favourite OG Xbox game I've ever played. So that was Amiga's Emporium, a really awesome gaming shop. Now let's go back to the games room and check out those pickups. So I'm back from Amiga's Emporium and I picked up 3 games to go in the collection. Strangely enough, they're all DS games, so I'm not going to complain about that. Some really nice games here. And I'm really pleased with these DS games, mainly because I've been looking to collect a little bit more for the DS lately, but not found very many games I want to add to the collection. So I've made a rough list of ones that I'm looking for, because I don't think DS games have gone up in price overly much compared to other games. And obviously the DS was released in 2004, which doesn't seem that long ago, but it was over 20 years ago, so the games are getting older and older, and they don't seem to have gone up in price quite as much as other consoles, in my opinion. So I'm really looking forward to collecting for the DS a little bit more. I'm just going to keep my eyes open for a bit more. Like, when I go to a CEX, I never, ever look at the DS section. But I am going to be looking at those sections more now. Because there is quite a few games that I'm after. And I think I got some really good prices. So the first game costs just £4 and CEX charged £8 for this one. And that is Dungeon Explorer on the DS. As I've said quite a few times on the channel, I don't play very many RPGs, but I'm really looking forward to playing a few more. You'll see a few more RPGs in this video as well. But Dungeon Explorer seems like a really well regarded game, and not an overly expensive one. And obviously with quite a lot of these, so I don't know much about RPGs, I'm taking a bit of a risk as to whether I'm going to enjoy them or not. So to pick up one for £4 isn't a very big loss, and I think CEX give you a £4 voucher for this anyway. So if I did happen to like really not enjoy this game, I'll just trade it in CEX. But I absolutely love the box art on the front of that. I think that looks so cool, and I'm going to read you a little bit on the back about this one. Honour awaits the intrepid explorer who dares to venture into Sardinia and defeat the evil forces at work in this sleepy settlement. Featuring breathtaking graphics, plus both single and multiplayer modes, played as an action RPG and an action game respectively. Dungeon Explorer combines these two amazing styles brilliantly. Choose from 9 different characters, all of whom are wizards, hunters or warriors. Dungeon Explorer supports a Nintendo Wi-Fi connection and DS wireless communications for up to 3 people. So I'm really looking forward to playing this game. It looks really good. Made by Hudson as well, so I've got quite good hopes for this game. But let me know if you've played this one in the comments down below. I've actually only played 2 of these games so far. I've not played this one yet. I've played the other 2. So yeah, Dungeon Explorer. Would you have picked this one up for £4? And what do you think of it? Next up, and this is another game that I'm really pleased with, and that is Final Fantasy 3 on the DS. Now this one, as you can see in the footage, said £11, but he actually did a tenner on it for me, so I really appreciate that. And also these games that I bought, I actually bought some games to trade in that I found in charity shops and stuff, so they didn't actually cost like this much. This was a really good bargain here. CEX charged £15 for this, so I was pleased with that. But again, the artwork on the front is also what draws me into these RPGs. Just so cool. I've only played a few Final Fantasy games as well, and I've never played this one on the DS. I've never actually played any DS Final Fantasy games, so I've played a little bit of it now and it seems pretty good, but again, only like 20 minutes, half an hour. And for a game like this, you need to sink a lot more hours in it than that. So I haven't really got much to say about this one yet because I haven't played it for very long. But again, I'm going to read you a little bit on the back about it. A fantasy reborn. As their world descends into darkness, 4 young heroes are chosen to bear the burden of its fading hope. Available for the first time in Europe, classic Final Fantasy gameplay meets sparkling visuals to provide a whole new experience. And there's quite a lot of cool... Whoa. Nearly dropped that one. Quite a lot of cool... Whoa. Nearly dropped that one. There's quite a lot of cool pictures on the back there, as you can see, of the gameplay. So I'm really looking forward to getting more stuck into this one. I know a few people who have played this one and actually said it's a really good version of Final Fantasy, so I'm really looking forward to playing more of this one. And the final game is the one that I'm most pleased with, but also the one that I think is the rarest. So this was £18, and when I show you the game, I'll sort of tell you a little bit more about it from what I know so far. So that is From the Abyss on the DS, as you can see here. Again, absolutely love the artwork on the front of that one. As you can see in the footage, it was £18. Now, I've been doing a bit of research about this. I first of all checked some eBay listings, and they seem to be listed quite highly. I'll put some listings in now. £40 plus, but even the completed listings are about that. As you can see, there is a cheaper one here that says the German version with an English cartridge, but I had a look at the cartridge and it looks a little bit different. And also, I can't find an English version of this game in existence, or a release date or anything. I don't think this got released in the UK, because when you look at the cartridge for that game, it does have a little bit of German writing. And also, a German box and an English cartridge is a little bit strange, and that's why it's sold quite cheaply. I just think that it's a German copy of the game. But this one is an American copy, as you can see by the ESRB rating. Now, when I went onto Wikipedia, and this is where I'm taking most of the information from, it says that there's a release date for quite a few different places. It was America, Canada, I think there was a release date for Portugal, Germany, Spain, quite a few European countries, but I can't find an English release date for this game. It was also released in France as well, so quite close, but not released in the UK by the looks of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you know anything about this game that I'm getting wrong, please do put it in the comments, but that is just the research that I found so far. But this looks really cool, and I have played a couple of hours of this so far, and it seems like a really solid RPG. And to get it for like under half of what it's worth, it seems, is really good. And also, as I said, they're listed for about £40 plus. But a lot of the postage is from America, and that is like an extra 20 quid postage, which is crazy. So yeah, as I said, I have played a little while of this game, really enjoying it. The story seems like a really good storyline. If you don't have this game, I'd go onto YouTube and search up like a full gameplay of the game because it's really, really good storyline. And it says on the back here, it says, I can't find it now, it says something about, yeah, it was released in Canada, America, Latin America, and it says for sale and rental use only in the USA, Canada, Mexico, and Latin America. So yeah, I'm really not sure. I don't think this was released in this country. But it seems like a very, very good game. One that I'm sort of sad that we didn't get released here. But I'm really glad that I found this copy for, again, a really good price. And this probably, if it wasn't released over here, is probably my rarest DS game in my collection. So I was really excited to find that one. But again, for £18, would you have picked this up? Let me know in the comments down below. Now that was all of the pickups from Amiga's Emporium. This next game that I'm going to show you is one that I've had in my collection for absolutely years. But just one that I've really been enjoying playing at the minute, so I want to show it to you. And that is Lost Magic on the DS. Now this was the first ever DS RPG I played, and it's very, very good. I paid £4 for this from CEX at the time. It has now gone up to £8, so it has doubled in price. I'm not sure if it's going to go up anymore, but this seems like a very, very good RPG that I would recommend picking up. And again, it has doubled in price, so maybe sooner rather than later. But I wanted to include a bit of gameplay this one in this video, as a lot of it is about RPG games, and this one is my favourite I've played so far. So I'm going to read you a bit on the back about this one as well. Discover a new kind of magic. In a kingdom ruled by sorcery, fight to restore peace. Conjure up to 400 magic spells, defeat powerful monsters, and challenge friends over Wi-Fi online. And yeah, this is a very, very good game, one that I really, really like. And I managed to find this in CEX a long time ago, complete and in really good condition for only £4. And again, it has since gone up to £8. So I would recommend picking this one up if you haven't already. And as I said at the start of the video, I've had a few random carboot finds lately that I hadn't actually included in my big carboot video because I forgot. So I'm going to include them in the end of this one. So the first pickup was a strategy guide, and I try not to pick them up overly often. And this one is for the PC, but I thought it was quite cool. So that is the Sims Making Magic Expansion Pack Guide. Now, not many people bought the Sims Magic Expansion Pack, I don't think. So I didn't think many people would buy the guide for it either, and I've never seen this. And it was only £1 for an official premium strategy guide, so there's no way I could resist picking it up. It's actually in decent condition as well. I don't think it's worth an overly much, but I thought it was a pretty cool thing to find for just £1. If you've watched the channel before, you'll know I absolutely love The Simpsons. So this next one was pretty cool, and that is a Simpsons statue of Homer and Bart having a little shave, which is quite funny. But this is official from 1997, and it was only 50p. So I couldn't resist picking this one up. The next find is a Flintstones mug, and I've had one similar to this before, but this one is in really good condition, and only £1. It's from 1991. As you can see here, really, really nice. It's got Fred and Wilma on the front, as you can see. Really good condition considering it's from 1991. And for only £1, I knew I had to pick this one up. If you've watched the channel before again, you'll know I love the Flintstones, so that was a pretty cool little find. And this final find is something that I've been looking for quite a while. But when I asked the price of it, I couldn't believe how cheap it was. That is because it is missing one thing, but I'll show you what it is. And that is a tape player, as you can see here. Now, it's not a particularly good brand, it's a Sashio one, which isn't particularly great, but it hasn't got its power cable. Now, I asked how much this was, and they said £1. So, I knew I had to pick it up. Now, it just takes one of these power cables. I'm not actually sure what these are called, but it's pretty universal. Absolutely loads of different technology takes. And I've actually got a couple of spares in my spare wires anyway, so I've got one I can put with this. But I did actually test this, and it works absolutely fine. I couldn't believe it. I thought, like, because they were only asking £1 for it, and they couldn't wait to get rid of it, I thought, yeah, there's no way that's going to work. But it does work, and it was only £1. Now, I need to give it a bit of a clean up. It's a little bit dusty, but apart from that, there's no scratches on it at all, really. It's really, really clean and in good condition. Now, if you've watched the channel before, you'll know I love my music. I've always loved my music, my rock and metal and stuff like that. And I do have quite a few tapes. So to have an actual way of listening to them now is really cool. And for only £1, I was super pleased to pick this up. And again, I just couldn't believe how good the condition was. Like, if you look at that front panel there is not much scratching on there at all. So yeah, was really, really excited to find this. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know, what was your favourite pickup of the day? Mine was definitely Tales of the Abyss on the DS. As I never knew that game existed, but when I saw it, I thought it looked really cool. And again, a massive thank you to all the new subscribers. The channel's been doing really well in the past few weeks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!